Hi there, mommies. Welcome back to our first time mommy video diary. I hope you're still enjoying the journey and that your little Nunu Banikis are still nice and gentle to you, and that if you have any blues, they are not too much in taking the joy out of your journey. Ne? I'm still good, still enjoying my journey. You ladies know that I have shared in almost every video, I think, about how blessed I have been, that my pregnancy from the beginning has been nothing but gentle. I mean, I have shared my blues with you, but I have enjoyed my pregnancy and I'm still enjoying my pregnancy. However, that is not to say that I haven't had any worries or any anxiety over my pregnancy or post-pregnancy body or life. Yeah, I'm not sure, body or life. So that's what I'm sharing with you today, actually. Some of the anxieties I have had with concerning my pregnancy or considering this whole journey. And the first one was giving birth prematurely. And I think that was subconsciously triggered by knowing that there is history of premature birthing in my family. Like my brother was born prematurely at 7 months. So I think that's what might have triggered me worrying about giving birth too early, before the time. But I went ahead and did research to find out what what could be the triggers, or what are the things that I could be doing daily that could actually put me at high risk of giving birth early. And after that, it actually just calmed me down a bit, and that stopped being heavy on my heart. Another thing is I am low risk. I am doing vaginal birth. Well, trusting that everything goes well. I am doing vaginal birth with a midwife, and it will be active birth, whether in water or squatting or whatever, but it will be active birth because I am low risk. I still had the worry though of giving birth early. Then the second worry that I have had, or the second thing that has weighed heavy on my heart, is my breast not leaking. Ladies, I can see everything. Like for me, from the beginning, if I couldn't give birth through my vagina, which is what I want, I would be okay. As long as my baby was here and as long as the C-section was performed, because it's an emergency or for the benefit of my baby or my health, I wouldn't worry. So that doesn't bother me much. But the worst thing that could happen to me is me not being able to breastfeed my child. That would be the most devastating thing for me personally at the moment to go through. Is the most devastating thing I can think of. So so that was my second worry. I remember this one night I asked my husband, Pella, I'm now, ladies, like literally 8 weeks and I'm still not leaking. So this one night, okay, I asked my husband, I'm like, love, please suck my boobs. And maybe if we stimulate them, they will start producing this liquid or this milk. Because in my head, I genuinely thought that me leaking during pregnancy is evidence that my breast will produce milk. So can you imagine the shock when these boobies are not showing anything, no liquid coming out, nothing? Yo. Anyway, my husband thought, Rumina, I'm just being too hard on myself, and that when the time is right, my boobs will produce the milk. I cried. I literally cried because all I could see was me not being able to produce milk for my child and not being able to breastfeed my child. But then I did research again, you know me and my research, ne? I did research, I spoke to some ladies, and then it turns out that this liquid that I was so desperate to see now during pregnancy is called cholesterol. There are ladies who do leak during pregnancy, and there are ladies who do not leak, like me. But that is not a sign or evidence that you will produce milk or that you will not be able to produce milk. Ne? It does happen for some and it doesn't happen for some. And it actually does come after giving birth. The first 3 to 4 days, we do get the cholesterol on our boobies. So that's what our babies actually get. That's their first meal. And apparently the liquid is very packed with nutrients, with antibodies, all the good stuff for our nuni bunnies. Then the milk comes after. So if, like me, you have been worried about your boobs not leaking, no, listen, girl, you are perfectly fine. And you will have milk and your child will have milk from your boobies if that's what you want. Ne? So anyway, in a nutshell, not leaking during pregnancy is not a sign that you will not be able to breastfeed or that your boobies will not produce milk. The same goes, I think, again with the breast size, that just because you are a small size, it doesn't mean you won't produce milk or enough milk for your baby. So knowing, first of all, I wasn't the only one in knowing this cholesterol coming or not coming during pregnancy doesn't mean, or it's not a show that I won't have milk in my breast. It really did calm me down and put my heart at rest. Then the last worry I have had is my vagina. Ladies, like from the beginning, I swear on my father's grave, ne? From the beginning of my pregnancy, I have never had a single worry about the actual delivery of my baby through my vagina, or being worried about the pains or whatever during labor and the actual birthing and delivery of my child through my vagina. But now I have started thinking about the after. Ne? Is my vagina gonna come back? Like, is it gonna zoom back? Like here's this human who came out. Is my vagina gonna, you know? I have genuinely been worried about that and anxious about that. But then again, because I'd like to keep sane in my head, I have spoken to some ladies in the complex who have given birth naturally, and my own mother, of course, has also given birth naturally, vaginally, and she promises everything will come back. I also spoke to this other lady. It was nice to get an opinion of somebody of a different color, of a different race. So I did a photo shoot. So the lady who is one of the co-founders and actually the photographer for the maternity clothing brand, well, for the clothing brand that I was modeling for with my noon buns, has, or had, well, by the time you see this, had a 4 months old daughter. So I asked her, does the vagina come back? I mean, she's 4 months postpartum, right? So I asked her if the vagina comes back, and she said it comes back. You know, that the body actually knows what it's doing. The body knows what it needs to do. So it does come back. You just have to clean it with salt and it comes back. And she advised that I do not give myself pressure after giving birth. I do not give myself pressure to have sex to test the vagina. Ne? Just leave it alone for 6 to 8 weeks to make sure that I have healed properly. And she also advised that getting up and sitting down, especially the first 2 weeks, I must be very gentle with myself to allow the healing. And she reassured me, you know, the vagina comes back. The vagina comes back, guys. So that was my other worry. But okay, I think I am now, well, I am confident that now my heart is at peace. More so because I keep reminding myself, it's like an intentional conscious effort to remind myself what my body knows. My body knows what it's meant to do, and God knows what my body has to do. I mean, He made my body to birth children, and that's exactly what will happen. So that is me and my anxieties. And I hope that whatever anxieties you may have regarding your pregnancy or your postpartum period, that you do not just sit with them and not share them or find out more about the experience of other people, though it may be different, but just find out how other people are coping, find out what other people have done. And beyond everything, remember that we are all different. Our bodies are different. And you are growing a whole human being inside your body. I think it's not possible for you not to have a single worry throughout the whole period. So whatever worries you have, just expose them. Even if it means, like me, you have to cry because your boobs are not leaking. Listen, no matter how crazy you feel or you will feel afterwards, just make sure that you process your emotions as it feels right in that moment. So if you need to cry, cry, my sister. Do whatever you have to do. The clutter in your head and the clutter in your heart lightens a bit. And beyond that, I would say trust God. Whatever God you believe in, trust God to know. Trust God to take care of you and your child, and to allow your body to do what it's meant to do. And yeah, and that's it, ladies. I will see you soon. That's if I haven't popped by the time I see you again. But I'll see you soon. Please keep well, keep taking care of yourself mentally, emotionally, and physically. And remember that you are magic.